Hi, welcome to today's video. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
This is fun for two reasons. First of all, it is a Mother's Day video. Second of all, it is a tutorial. And a lot of you have asked if I could do my mom's makeup. And so I think this is a neat way to celebrate Mother's Day. And on top of it, the colors that I'm going to use on her are the same colors that I used in my previous skincare video. And I had so many of you asking for a tutorial on that color scheme. So you're gonna get it and you're gonna get it on her. Win-win. So are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, so we have to wipe the palette clean and we'll get started. Okay, so we have our clean canvas and we're going to start now with the primer. And I'm going to list everything in the description box for you. So if I forget to mention what it is that I'm using, you will find it below. If you click the More button, if you're watching on your computer, or if you're watching on your cell phone or tablet, there's a down arrow to the right, and that will expand the description information, and it will all be there. So, I don't think you have used a primer, have you?
No.
Okay. I like primers because it's just a good way to even the skin tone. Really helps with minimizing pores and creating just a very smooth palette for your foundation. Next, we're going to do foundation, and we really had a toss-up. So this is her foundation, and it's a Neutrogena, and it's a bit of a golden honey color. And I had a dark one by Armani, and I've been using this to deepen some of my foundations, and clearly this is too dark for me, but as a mix it works well. And what we discovered is that blending these two together will be the perfect color for her. And so I encourage you, if you cannot find the perfect shade, get two and blend, because sometimes it takes two to make things happen, right? So let me...
And you know, people, it takes courage to go on camera without makeup.
This is true. One thing you do have
is courage.
That's exactly right. Share with my audience a little bit about that.
About what?
About courage and just being bold, because this is a part of that. And
yes.
It's something that I talk about a lot on this channel. And, you know, a lot of people ask, well, how did I get it? Or where did it come from? So talk a little bit about that and about having some guts to try things and to do things.
Okay, when I had my daughter, I knew psychologically how to raise her. And I knew that the most important thing was her self-esteem. And this is something that is not taught to women or men, that the most important asset that a person has is self-esteem. It's like the foundation of a building.
Or a face.
Or a face, exactly. And when you build that, everything good then comes from that value, because that's a value. Mm-hmm. And then you're able to be fearless and take chances and take risks and not follow the follower, etc. You're able to be an independent individual and do something that you wouldn't ordinarily do, because it might be something new and interesting, and you learn from that.
So when I was a young child, what were some of the things that you were doing with me to help lay that foundation?
Well, I never believed in a word. One word that I never believed in was discipline. I never disciplined.
You didn't have to discipline me. Okay, all right, time out. I was about the easiest child on the planet, so therefore there was no need for discipline. Every child's different, so let me quantify that. But true, she didn't have to discipline me because I was very easygoing and compliant and extremely independent.
Yeah, but there was a reason for that too.
Okay. It's going to be a long day.
Really and truly,
Yes.
it is how you raise your child from the day they're born it just is a consistency that you have to maintain so that you get this.
Okay, and let me add to that. The one thing that she did give me was freedom of expression, freedom of creativity, and freedom to fail. And I really, really want to add the importance of that, because I think sometimes we hyper protect and overcorrect, and we need to allow our children to make choices so that they can truly understand what success feels like, but
and
they
failure.
can also understand what failure feels like,
Right.
because I believe we learn more from our failures than our successes. So that, I think, is very, very important, is allowing the child freedom to be human, in my opinion, right?
You know, many people will ask me, come up to me and ask me, how did you raise her? Because I guess you all know she's practically perfect.
Oh my God.
You all know that. I know that.
There's no such thing.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, she does have qualities that people see. And she has a wonderful personality. She's very bright. She's extremely bright. And she's very logical. She's extremely logical. It's one of the things I admire about her.
And you keep talking with your eyes closed now.
Okay, she's doing my eyes
Eyelid
now,
primer
so
now.
okay, people.
Okay.
But I'm going to continue talking nonetheless.
Okay.
And that my daughter is doing this for me on Mother's Day weekend, I think is really special. But I think she's very special anyway.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate this, I really do. And I hope you do. I hope you enjoy what she's doing for her mother, and that you can do something similar for your mother.
That's right.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be buying something or giving a gift or flowers or something. Pardon me. It could just be doing something.
Well, in my opinion, these are the best gifts. The gifts that come from the heart. A gift of action, to me, is the ultimate, because you know, sometimes just, and I've done a video on this, sometimes just the simplicity of a handwritten personal note telling somebody how much they mean to you, what their attributes are, their value in your life. I mean, those are those treasures and keepsakes that you can open your eyes now, that you keep forever. And so, and what's so neat about this and the video is that this is a forever keepsake. We will always have this. It will live on and on and on to the break of dawn.
That's right. And even if you just do it on a cell phone, on an iPhone, and take a video, you and your mother, and
or you and your child, because some people have lost their mother,
right.
Parents have passed, and so this is something people can also do with their children. Okay, I'm going to do your eyebrows now. You have great brows. My mother has amazing brows, and I'm just going to go in and make them a little bit bolder.
I almost don't want to interrupt her while she's working on a palette. However,
that's okay.
When she was young, she was a little girl, she would sit and watch me put makeup on when I was very young. I would take her to, when we first moved here to Houston, I would take her to, I think it was Memorial City or Town and Country, I'm not sure, and just let her go. She must have been 3, 4, and let her go buy her own clothes.
Oh, I was older than that, for sure. I was elementary age, because when we moved here, I was about 8. So if you're thinking that...
So then it was about 8 years old, 8 or 9 years old, and I just let her go and let her make her own selection, let her buy whatever she wanted, and she always made the right choice because she had a choice to make.
Well, sometimes you make the wrong... I'll never forget, we were shopping at one store. I don't know if it was Frost Brothers or something, and I put on a pair of pants, and it was like a jean and a really, really high-waisted jean, and it was something that I probably wouldn't have gravitated toward. And I remember you saying, oh my gosh, Those things are amazing. Look how long they make your legs look. And I remembered I had this crazy internal battle going on, because at that age you are, you know, there's that weird thing, you want to fit in with the pack and wear what everybody else is wearing, but yet at the same time something different suits you. And how do you make that decision as a child to, you know, stand out and to do something that's not a part of what everyone else is doing? And that was one of those lessons in independence. And it's so ironic because it was centered around a shopping trip, but ultimately I got those high-waisted flared jeans, and it's still my favorite pant style today. We're going to use this palette, and this is an Estee Lauder palette, and it has a lot of different colors, really, really pretty. But this whole top section are plums and mauves and neutral colors. And so my video prior, I was wearing these colors, and so I wanted to do a demo.
That's pretty. They're really pretty.
Aren't they nice?
Yes, they're beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with kind of a
What color?
medium mauve.
Isn't she great?
Oh, thanks.
Isn't she just great?
Thank you. This color you can see right here. The camera's trying to focus. So we're going to start with this color on the lid.
But I have to tell you, people. I have to tell you, audience, that she's actually great at everything that she does.
Oh my God.
Really and
meet my
truly.
agent.
No, I mean it sincerely. I'm very objective. I'm really objective. I don't think I have anything bad to say about my daughter. I really and truly don't. And I know people who really have problems with their children, don't know how to deal with them, don't know how to raise them, etc. No problem.
It's because I'm easy.
If you want information, just call me.
Okay, your phone's going to blow up. Okay, kind of open. There, you close your eyes, but there you go. Keep the lid sort of flat. That's perfect. So we're going to stick with matte colors, which I always encourage my audience to do. Too much sparkle can be a little too much. Sparkle also settles into fine lines and only accentuates them, and so that's not what everyone here is going for. And mauves and plums are also great.
I love them. I love that color.
I do too. And I'll tell you what, women who have silver hair look incredible with mauves. That combination of the mauve, the plum, and the silver hair is exquisite. Dark hair, light hair, I find that this color palette is wonderful on everybody.
You know, I have to say that everything she's ever done, she's done extraordinarily well. The one thing, the one quality that we don't have, and I'm regretful, is we don't sing.
I knew she was going to say that. I wish.
We don't sing.
Right.
She's a fabulous dancer. She's a fabulous dancer. She's good at everything.
No, but I can't sing. I mean, I can decently carry a tune, but I can't belt out a song in confidence.
Neither one of us can.
But your mother could.
My mother.
And your Aunt Evelyn could.
My family could sing.
So I don't know what happened to us.
I don't know.
Why didn't we get that gene?
I don't know.
But that's my wish. If you know, people always say, "What's your wish?" If you could have a wish, and aside from, you know, riches or health or something like that, what would you wish? And that's my wish, is to have a great singing voice.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm doing the outer corner of your eye in a deeper plum shade.
Now, by the way, I grew up in an area, in a neighborhood, where people would whistle and sing outside. It's one thing that I'm missing that people just don't do anymore.
Mm-hmm. You're right. That was very much a part of the culture.
Right.
In the 19...
Whatever.
Right. Very, very, very popular thing to do. But also, you grew up in South Philly, and you grew up in an Italian Jewish community. So there was a lot of culture.
From Europe.
Right. There was a lot of music and food, and it's what we love about Europe.
That's right. That's exactly right. And when I told my father that I was going to Europe, he said to me, "What for? Everybody left Europe to come to America."
That's
my father was
He couldn't understand. You're doing what? Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, you went to Europe at a time when not a lot of people.
No, very few Americans were there.
And that was in the
60s.
60s. Yeah, you had an opportunity to go overseas and just enjoy life.
It was simple.
And it was probably the best thing that ever happened to
Right.
you.
It was simple, it was elegant. People were nicer too back then, really.
Okay.
She loves doing this, by the way.
love doing
She loves this. She loves makeup and hair and clothing, and it's my fault.
Well, thank goodness.
Right.
Thank goodness. But you know, you can expose children to things and not everything sticks.
However, you know, when we got you a guitar, you did that well.
Yeah, but I didn't love it.
It doesn't matter. You did it well. That's what really counts. You tried.
I tried.
And you did it well. So you did. You found out you didn't really like it. It wasn't your thing.
Right. Open your eyes for me.
But everything you've tried. Oh, and she played the violin.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
That was very. She was
in middle school.
She was the second violinist in the orchestra.
Okay.
So and then drums. Then she bought a set of drums.
Well,
and
I was older. That was before I had my son.
yeah.
Okay. So look up for me. So I'm going to use kind of a plum-based liner, just in your lower lash line, tiny, tiny bit, and I'm going to smudge that.
I want you to know how much fun this is for me. I mean, this is really fun. We just came from the gym.
Yeah.
We worked out together also.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
That's part of our
Routine,
Part of our routine.
yes.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can look up for me, which is so fun. And
we laugh. We
have
laugh a
great
lot.
time. Well, I mean, remember that video that we did? Oh my God, poor Paul! I thought he was going to kill us with the hollow roll. That was hilarious. Tell me if I'm bugging you, because I know your eyes are sensitive.
That's okay.
Okay.
Gee, I would like to have somebody do this every day for me. Honestly.
I know. Well, I'm glad we get to do it today. Okay, so now I'm going to top line your upper lash line, which is what makes it really thick. But here's the trick. See how you closed your eyes for me? What I want you to do is to leave them half open. And I'm going to pull up like this, and I'm going to smudge it from underneath.
Oh, you go under.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not doing the waterline. I'm just going a hair above in the lash line. Tell me if you can handle it, and I can take a break if you can't.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? I do above, you do under.
Because here's what happens. If you do above,
It gets too...
it gets too thick, and what it does is it takes away from the pretty eyeshadow here on the lid, because you now cover it with black.
I got you.
And it
You're right.
actually brings
You're right.
the eyes down, and it makes them look smaller. So if you can stick to the upper lash line, let's give this a go again. See if you can handle it.
See, now this is something new for me.
Mm-hmm. To top line?
Yeah, I've never done this before. Smart.
Yeah, to go from the underside.
Smart, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are we doing today? Are we doing... Where's the emphasis going to be? The eyes? The mouth?
Primarily the eyes. So we're going to do a pinkish color on the lip. So the lip is going to be a sort of a light neutral. And so, now what I'm doing is I'm taking that darker plum color on a little brush, and you can close your eye now, and I'm just going to smudge right into the lash line on top. And again, it's just to blend, not to have any hard lines. Everything needs to be really, really soft and subtle. And as we get older, the size of our eyes, I don't know if they shrink. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but they're not as big as when we were kids.
No, they're not.
They're not. So emphasizing that and creating a little bit more of an open eye is key.
Yeah, eyes have always been extremely important to me.
Yeah.
Very important. Even when I talk to other people, can't you always tell when they're honest?
Absolutely.
Just by looking at their eyes?
Absolutely. It's everything. What do they say about eyes darting off? If they dart off up to the right, you know, there are all of these maps and things to follow that tell you everything. I think
That's very interesting.
If the eye shoots up to the right, this would be right. You know, they're not telling the truth. But you're right. I mean, Everything is told right here.
Now, it's very important to me when I'm talking to someone that they look me right in the eye. If they don't, I do not trust them.
I agree. And I'm finding that to be more and more of a problem.
Can't you tell that just by looking at television? I mean, with all the politicians on television today.
Okay. There are a couple of subjects we got to stay away from.
Okay.
But I agree with you. I agree with you. I think eye contact in communication is one of the most important things. And anytime I have a student who comes to visit me and wants to talk about career path, I always tell them the importance of maintaining eye contact because it shows interest, and to ask questions, to be engaged, because that's what that shows, is engagement. Ooh, I'm loving how this is turning out. Okay.
I'm loving you.
I'm loving you too. Okay, what do I need next here? Oh, here it is. All right, so now I'm going to do a brow highlight. And it's this very, very light white creamy color, and it's just to run right here, tiny. You can raise your eyebrow for me just like you did. Yeah, and keep it like that. And it's just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit that will kind of blend in. It looks real white now, but it gets softer and softer, and it really makes that eyebrow pop.
You know, you really went into the right business. You really and truly did.
Thanks.
You always loved hair, makeup, clothes.
Well, it's ironic that this it's a side component to what I do. It's not, initially, it was not my business. My business is being a journalist. This was all the work that kind of accompanies the on-camera portion, and we've never had a team to do any of that. And so I'm grateful that all that knowledge that I had early on and that I also developed through the years became a huge part of my life. And then to be able to take it and bring it here is honestly the most thrilling part, because what's the point of just having it and keeping it to yourself? But to be able to share it and show women things that I've learned along the way, I think is so exciting. And I love, 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 love that. So,
plus, she came from a family that liked to communicate.
That's true.
And sing and dance and talk.
We're talkers.
Yes.
We're talkers. Look about halfway, and I'm going to put on your mascara a little bit lower. Yeah. I'm still using that Thrive Cosmetics Lash Extensions mascara, and I love it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I don't do mascara. Here, look about there. I don't do mascara on the lower lashes.
I know. I do, and I know you don't like it.
Well, I mean, it's a personal thing, but I think you can get a
better look with
lighter look just with smudging
right.
a liner or shadow down there and keeping your focus up to the top.
Next comes a massage.
I'm not too bad at that. Don't laugh. She's laughing when I put on mascara. This is dangerous.
I don't think you're too bad at anything.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not a great singer.
I know. Isn't that aggravating?
I tend to be a little impatient. So I'm gonna share my flaws.
But she's impatient about the right things. She is. She's impatient about right things. She tolerates. No one should tolerate something that you don't like.
Well, sometimes we have to, though. Sometimes we have to. Oh my gosh, how many bosses have I been through? Some have been great and some not so great, and you learn tolerance, and you can't change certain things. Actually, that's where you really grow and develop as a person, in having to deal with what's uncomfortable and developing patience, because you can't change the situation. You can only change how you think and feel about a situation. And so a lot of my strength and resolve has come from learning patience in uncomfortable situations. Nobody likes to be uncomfortable, but my goodness, that's when we stretch and grow so much. And out, look at me. Pretty.
It's my pleasure to look at you. Absolutely my pleasure. I think I did a good job. Don't you?
Yes. My agent. Here she goes again. Okay. So I'm going to do concealer now.
Oh.
Look all the way up for me. And this is Tarte. I know you use Tarte as well.
Yes, I do.
You do
Right.
the Maracuja. This is the Shape Tape. And this may be just a hair light in color, but I'm going to blend it. Because your skin is so much more red than mine. I'm more yellow than you. So we have your concealer set. And we've got the Laura Mercier Ultra Loose Powder, which is great for setting. Doesn't change the color of your foundation. Perfect. Blending those two foundations was just the right thing to do.
It was a good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah,
Good
considering the
idea.
different colors.
Right.
Wouldn't you like to have somebody do this every day for you?
Yes,
And then do your hair, maybe give you a massage also.
Right. Okay, so now I'm going to do a contour, and that's going to go right here under your cheek.
Right.
And add a little bit of warmth as well. There are many different contour shades out there, some a little more golden in color. This one has a little bit more of a reddish tone. I use it because it helps to cut the yellow in me.
Right.
But you
Right.
automatically have a little bit of a red tone. Face me this way.
Funny, I always thought it was yellow. Or olive.
You are, well, olive is more green. And
Right.
you've got a lot of red in your skin.
Lately.
Yeah. Somebody's been sunning. Perfect. I do just a little bit up in the hairline. Speaking of sun, this creates a real easy sun-kissed glow. And then a little bit under the neck. It just contours the neck. This is kind of like doing my own face.
This is amazing.
It is amazing. You look just like me. That's what everybody always says. Instead of me looking like you look like me.
That's
it's
what
like, what came first, the chicken or the egg here?
Everybody tells me you look just like your daughter.
That is hilarious.
Really funny.
Really, really, really funny. Okie dokie. So I have, this was given to me as a gift. It's so cute. It's Too Faced Love Flush. And look at all these blush colors. Oh my gosh. There's
Beautiful.
something in every shade. So I'm going to go.
Oh, is that cute?
Isn't that cute? So
Yes.
I'm going to go with a more of a pinkish color. And we're just going right on the apple of the cheek. Up to the sides. Look how pretty.
Okay, people, I just want you to know I'm having my hair done tomorrow. I don't always look like this with my hair.
What are you talking about?
Because we just came from the gym, and you know
It's
what you do at the
amazing.
gym, you
Yes.
sweat and...
And what we're doing now is a little bit of highlight. So we're going to do some highlight right here under the eye, right on the cheekbone.
You know what?
Say what?
This is an art.
Yeah, it is.
This is
That's why they're
really
called makeup
and
artists.
truly an art.
Yep.
Yeah, it's painting a canvas.
That's what I always say.
I was watching America in Paris yesterday
Yeah.
with Jentry Kelly and Leslie Caron, and I highly recommend that, by the way, to all of you if you want to see a happy, elegant, fabulous movie. And then they had, after the movie, they were explaining how they set up the scenes, why they set them up, what they did. They filmed it in America, but they took pictures in Paris and used that as a backdrop. It was fabulous.
Very cool. Okay. I know this is going to be hard.
That's okay.
But you can't talk. Okay, you can't talk, or else we are going to ruin everything we've done here.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Okay, don't shut up. Okay, don't move. Perfect, but smiling is good. So I'm doing a bit of a nude lip liner. This is scary. Okay, stop it. Okay, wait. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, kind of a nude color for a little bit of definition, but no crazy, no clown lines on this channel. And we're gonna fill this in with a really, really, really pretty pink. Cool.
That felt funny.
I bet it did.
No, it really did, because I don't use a liner. I use a lipstick, and then I use a brush afterwards.
Right. And I could use a brush on this, but I'm going to get a thicker application just going straight from it. I love this pink. A girlfriend of mine, her name is Sippy, which is such a cute name, gave me this color. She loves pinks as well, and so she figured if she loves it, I gotta love it. And I do. I think it's such a pretty, pretty bright pink. Don't smile. You're going to have pink teeth.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mom.
Okay. Exactly. Now that we got the pecking order right here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that looks
You're
great.
lucky. You can see what she's doing. I can't see it yet.
I'll give you a mirror in 2 seconds. Okay.
Okay, here we go with the hair.
Right. We've got...
This she always loves to do.
I do. So we're
Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good.
We're almost done. I think you're going to like it. It looks great. Great, fresh spring color.
Now my hair's going to be a little bit shorter tomorrow, a little bit funkier.
That's all right. You do funky well.
Right.
That is so cute. Okay, hold on. You ready to take a look?
1,
2,
2, 3. Dominique, you did a fabulous job.
Thank you.
Honey, you really and truly did. Do you know what is amazing?
Huh. Your eyes?
The base.
Oh, the foundation?
Color, the foundation. I love what you did.
Great.
And the eyes are very different than the way I do them. And I learned something today. I really did. I learned the eyeliner effect that you do. And you don't make this out too far. You make it out far enough just to widen the eye.
It's a very youthful.
It is a gorgeous. I hope you all like it.
I think
I happen to think it's fantastic. I really do. And I'm amazed. I didn't think it would come out this well, to be honest with you. No,
Wait a second.
I'm not, I mean it.
Wait a second.
Not because of her, but because of me.
Why?
You know, because I used to remember myself when I was younger. I used to look at myself and say, my God, I've got such pretty skin.
You do have amazing skin. See, this is my point. This is my point. My point is to show everybody here that no matter where you are in life, what age, what phase, what stage, there are so many ways to be able to artistically do makeup to sort of remind you of how things used to be. And it's a very natural, beautiful look. It's just knowing how and where. And that's it. And that's what I love showing everybody on this channel, is just there are so many ways to figure it out. And the more you play, the more you experiment, the more technique and tricks that you learn, the better able you are
Sorry.
to figure it all out, which is why I'm here. I'm so glad you played along. Hey, I have to admit, she is incredibly brave to, look how gorgeous this woman is. Incredibly brave to start out with an empty palette. Not a lot of women would have felt comfortable with that. And I love the fact that you do, and you're willing to go there. And I think you showed so many women of a certain demographic that it's okay, it's more than okay. It's great. No makeup is to be celebrated, and a full face is to be celebrated. And you did a great job.
I think you did a phenomenal job. Absolutely. I can't get over it. I really can't get over it.
Okay, you know who she looks like? She looks like Lisa Rinna. Am I right? With that hair and that makeup? I just made Lisa Rinna.
Again.
It's Lisa Rinna's mother.
I can't get over it. I really and truly can't get over it. I can't get over the color, the base color, what you did with the eyes. The eyes, man.
So we'll continue this conversation in private and we'll let you go. But thank you so much for staying with us. Happy Mother's Day. I hope
Thank
it
you,
is
sweetheart.
So special and magical and wonderful for you. Do something creative and different with mom or with your child to be able to celebrate this day. And I think you'll appreciate going outside the box a little bit.
I know you all love her, but I don't think you love her as much as I do. Okay.
Be bold and be blessed, and I'll see you in a week. Bye.
Bye.